Have you ever done everything right, nailed the job, loved your family, smiled through the chaos, and still felt empty inside? It's a hollow ache, isn't it? Like looking in the mirror and not recognizing the woman staring back. A stranger painted with exhaustion, her eyes searching for something lost. That disconnection cuts deep, leaving you wondering, is this all there is? You've checked the boxes, worn the masks, yet that void lingers, a silent scream beneath your success. I felt it too. A friend once confessed the same, thriving as a mother and leader, yet crying alone at night, lost in a life that didn't feel hers. This isn't failure, it's transformation. You're not broken, you're evolving. Carl Jung called this a call to the self, a phase where the woman you've been cracks open to reveal the high-value woman you're becoming. It's messy, raw, and beautiful, like an expressionist painting, all bold strokes and hidden depths. In this video, we'll explore the 9 signs you're entering this inner evolution, from shedding old roles to embracing your worth. You'll feel that ache turn to hope, your reflection shift to a woman you're proud to meet. So, take a deep breath, let your heart lean in, and join me on this journey. Your evolution is calling. What is a high-value woman? You felt that emptiness despite doing it all, that mirror reflecting a stranger, and now let's redefine what truly matters. A high-value woman isn't about flawless beauty, a fat bank account, or effortless charm. Those are fleeting masks. She's forged in emotional integrity, the courage to feel and heal her wounds. She carries self-worth that doesn't bend to others' approval, and spiritual depth, a quiet connection to her soul's purpose. Picture her as a canvas of bold strokes, raw, real, and radiant, not a polished portrait. This journey echoes Carl Jung's wisdom. He spoke of individuation, the process of becoming your true self, shedding the persona, that outer shell of expectations you've worn like a costume. The persona might be the perfect wife or career star, but it's not you. It's what the world demands. The true self, though, is that radiant figure emerging, the woman who knows her value lies within, not in the applause. Jung believed this evolution cracks open the soul, revealing strength you didn't know you had. That emptiness you felt. It's the persona breaking, making way for her. But how do you know you're becoming her? Those signs are stirring, moments of doubt, shifts in what you chase. Stay with me as we uncover the 9 markers of this inner evolution, guiding you to that high-value woman waiting to shine. Feel her presence growing as we go. Sign 1. You stop chasing validation. You've spent years seeking that nod of approval, posting your wins, fishing for compliments, living for the "you're amazing" from others. But what if you let it go? Meet Lena, 32, a graphic designer who hit her breaking point. Tired of curating her life on Instagram, she deleted the app for 6 months. At first, the silence terrified her. No likes, no validation, just her own thoughts. She'd catch herself reaching for her phone, then pause, feeling exposed. But as weeks passed, something shifted. The quiet became a mirror, reflecting not her curated self, but her true worth. She found joy in sketching for herself, not for likes, and peace in being enough without proof. This is your evolution, shattering the mirror of external validation to reveal clarity within. Imagine that glass breaking, jagged edges falling away, leaving a clear, unfiltered image of you. No more chasing applause, no more bending to others' gaze. Lena's story mirrors yours if you felt that hollow ache despite the likes. Those shards are the persona Jung spoke of, the mask you've worn. Letting it crack is the first sign you're becoming a high-value woman, one who values her inner light over outer noise. Feel that freedom as the pressure lifts, your soul stepping into its own power. This journey's just beginning. Stay with me to explore the next signs, each a step toward the woman you're meant to be. What validation are you ready to release? Sign 2. You set fierce boundaries. You've always said yes, to work, to family, to every demand, until that no becomes your liberation. Meet Aisha, 38, a mother of 3 who lived for others' needs. One day, exhausted from endless carpooling, she faced a request to host another event. Her heart raced, but she said, "No, I need rest." The silence that followed was deafening. Guilt stung. Her kids stared, yet a fire ignited inside. That night, she slept deeply, her body thanking her. Saying no wasn't rejection. It was a declaration of her worth. This is your evolution, stepping into the warrior queen archetype, a regal, unyielding force who guards her energy like a kingdom. Picture her, crowned in crimson, sword raised against the chaos of overcommitment, her stance a fortress of self-love. Aisha's no cracked the persona Jung described, the mask of the ever-giving woman, revealing her true self, fierce and free. You feel this shift when you draw that line, when the tremble of guilt turns to the roar of empowerment. Maybe it's declining a favor or leaving work on time. Each boundary is a battle won, a sign you're becoming a high-value woman who honors her limits. This courage ripples outward. Aisha's family adjusted, respecting her space, and she found time to paint, her soul's joy. You're evolving here, learning that protecting yourself isn't selfish, it's sacred. What boundary are you ready to set? Feel that warrior spirit rise as we move to the next sign. Sign 3. Solitude feels empowering, not lonely. You've always filled your days, friends, work, noise, fearing the quiet would swallow you. But what if solitude becomes your strength? Meet Priya, 35, who once dreaded weekends alone, her mind racing with loneliness. One day, she chose to stay in, journaling her thoughts instead of scrolling. At first, the silence was heavy, but then, you finally hear your own voice, she whispered, a truth rising from within. That voice guided her to dreams she'd buried, turning solitude into a sanctuary of self-discovery. This is your evolution, a shift where being alone feels empowering, not isolating. Picture a lighthouse standing against crashing waves, its beams steady, cutting through the storm, a beacon of your inner power. Those waves might be society's demands or past fears, but you stand firm, your light growing brighter. Priya found this when she started painting in her quiet space, her art reflecting a woman she was proud to know. This mirrors Jung's idea of turning inward, where the true self emerges from the noise of the persona. You're evolving when that solitude doesn't break you but builds you, when you savor your own company as a high-value woman. Feel that shift, each quiet moment of victory, each inner voice a guide. Maybe it's a morning walk or a night with your thoughts. Where do you hear yourself clearest? This empowerment is a sign you're shedding the need for external validation, stepping into your worth. Let's explore more of this journey together. Sign 4. You grieve versions of you that no longer fit. You've carried old versions of yourself, friends who once knew your laughter, your struggles, but now feel like echoes of a past self. Letting go stings. Take Maya, 34, who drifted from college friends who mocked her new career path. One evening, scrolling through old photos, tears fell as she realized those bonds no longer fit her growth. She mourned the carefree girl she was, the late-night talks that faded, yet beneath the ache, a lightness emerged. She was shedding what held her back. This is your evolution, a grieving that births renewal. Picture a butterfly leaving its cocoon, its wings trembling as it breaks free, the shell a memory of confinement. That emotional moment, releasing those friendships, marks your rise as a high-value woman. It's not rejection, it's recognition that you've outgrown a skin that no longer serves. Maya felt this when she stopped forcing connections, her heart opening to new, aligned relationships. This mirrors a deeper shift, where the parts of you that once defined you dissolve, making way for authenticity. Feel that bittersweet release, the pang of loss mingling with hope. Maybe it's an old group chat you mute or a call you don't return. Each goodbye is a step toward the woman you're becoming, her wings still wet but ready to soar. This grief is your cocoon cracking, a sign you're embracing your true self over a faded past. What version of you are you ready to let go? Let's journey deeper into this transformation. Sign 5. You prioritize emotional safety over chemistry. You've chased that electric spark in dating, the rush of a chaotic romance, only to find it leaves you drained. Now, you're choosing differently. Take Elena, 29, who met two men, one a whirlwind of passion with late-night fights, the other a steady presence offering calm. She'd always picked the chaos, but this time, after a sleepless night of arguments, she walked away from the spark and toward the peace. It felt strange at first, less thrilling, but safer. And soon, she breathed easier, her heart no longer racing with dread. This is your evolution, stepping into the lover in wisdom archetype, a woman who blends desire with discernment, valuing emotional safety over fleeting chemistry. Picture her, draped in soft orange light, a wise heart guiding her choices, her hands gently holding a flame of peace instead of a wildfire of drama. Elena's shift reflects a deeper growth, where the true self Jung spoke of rises above the persona's need for excitement. You're becoming a high-value woman when you seek stability over intensity, when a quiet connection feels richer than a stormy fling. Feel that shift, letting go of the chaos, embracing the calm. Maybe it's a date where you value kindness over adrenaline, or a relationship where trust outweighs passion. This choice is your power, a sign you're honoring your worth over societal scripts. What safety are you ready to choose? Let's explore more of this journey together. Sign 6. You no longer perform femininity for approval. You've painted on smiles, applied makeup, and shaped yourself to fit others' eyes, until that performance feels like a cage. Meet Sophia, 41, who spent years perfecting her look, believing it defined her worth. One morning, exhausted from the ritual, she whispered, "I put down the brush to find myself." She skipped the foundation, faced the day bare, and felt a tremor of fear. Would she be enough? But as hours passed, a raw beauty emerged, her skin telling her story, her confidence rising without the mask. This is your evolution, shedding the persona Jung described, the face you've worn for approval, revealing your raw, authentic self. Visualize that mask melting, its painted layers dripping away into a vibrant, unapologetic you, colors of red and pink blending into your true essence. Sophia's choice marked her growth as a high-value woman, one who no longer dances to society's tune but moves to her own rhythm. She found joy in natural moments, laughing with her daughter, unscripted, and realized her value wasn't in the mirror but in her soul. Feel that liberation, putting down the brush, the eyeliner, the pressure to perform. Maybe it's skipping a hairstyle or embracing a wrinkle. Each act is a step toward the woman you're becoming. This shift is your power, a sign you're evolving beyond external validation into self-love. What part of your performance are you ready to release? Let's keep uncovering this journey. Sign 7. You attract growth-based relationships. You've outgrown connections that drain you, and now you're drawing in those that lift you. Meet Jasmine, 37, who faced a stark choice. Her old friend, Tara, constantly criticized her new business venture, sowing doubt with every call. Then came Layla, a colleague who cheered her progress, offering advice over coffee. Jasmine chose Layla's support over Tara's sabotage, and it shifted everything. Where Tara's words felt like weeds, Layla's encouragement watered her roots, helping her business bloom. That pivot marked her evolution as a high-value woman. This is your sign of growth, reflected in a garden with strong roots, deep, resilient, bearing fruit from nurturing soil. Imagine vibrant greens stretching upward, golden light weaving through, each root a bond that strengthens you. Jasmine's story echoes Jung's idea of aligning with the true self, where relationships mirror your inner worth, not the persona's need for approval. You're evolving when you attract people who see your potential, friends who challenge you kindly, partners who grow with you, replacing those who dim your light. Feel that shift, the relief of letting go, the warmth of support. Maybe it's a friend who listens instead of judges, or a loved one who celebrates your dreams. This is your power, a high-value woman cultivating a circle that mirrors her evolution. What relationship are you ready to nurture or release? Carry this growth with us as we move forward. Sign 8. You respect your inner child and her needs. You've pushed her aside, that little girl who dreamed, who cried, who needed love, but now you're listening. Take a moment to write her a letter. Dear little me, what do you need? Then, in your mind, let her respond. For Nadia, 36, this was a breakthrough. She wrote, her hand trembling, and heard, I need you to play with me, to stop working so hard. Reading it aloud, tears streamed, guilt for neglecting her, then a wave of love as she promised to dance with that child. That resonance hit deep, a healing ache that mended her heart. This is your evolution, honoring your inner child as a high-value woman. It's the Jungian concept of integration, uniting your past and present selves into wholeness. Picture those pastels softening the shadows, her small hand in yours, her laughter blending with your strength. Nadia started sketching with her daughter, finding joy she'd forgotten, her worth no longer tied to productivity. You're evolving when you tend to her needs. Maybe it's a walk, a nap, or a silly song. Each act a step toward authenticity. Feel that emotional pull, the tears, the warmth. Maybe your inner child whispers for rest or play. What does she ask of you? This respect is your power, a sign you're shedding the persona's demands to embrace your true self. It's not weakness, it's wisdom, a love that transforms you. Let's move forward, carrying her with us. Sign 9. You feel drawn to a bigger purpose. You felt it, a pull beyond the daily grind, a whisper of something more. This is your evolution calling. Meet Zara, 42, who spent years in a high-paying corporate job, her days a blur of meetings. One night, a dream of teaching lit her up. She saw herself inspiring kids, not just closing deals. Terrified but driven, she shifted careers, starting as a part-time educator. The first class was shaky, but her soul sang, aligning with a purpose she'd ignored. That draw became her strength, a high-value woman stepping into her calling. This shift embodies the priestess and the sage archetypes, wise, intuitive guides who lead with inner knowing. Picture her, cloaked in yellow light, walking into a rising sun, its rays illuminating a path of meaning. Zara's journey reflects Jung's idea of individuation, where the true self emerges, shedding the persona of societal success for a soul-aligned life. You're evolving when that bigger purpose, maybe art, community, or healing, tugs at you, urging you to leave the familiar for the fulfilling. Feel that pull, the fear mixed with excitement. Perhaps it's a side project or a passion you've sidelined. What purpose calls you? This is your sign of growth, a high-value woman who trusts her inner voice over external rewards. Zara now thrives, her students her legacy, proving this path is yours to claim. Let's carry this light forward. You've journeyed through the signs, releasing validation, setting boundaries, grieving old selves, and stepping into purpose. Now, let this truth sink in. Becoming a high-value woman isn't a destination, it's a return. Not to what the world expects of you, but to who you were before the world told you who to be. That little girl with dreams, that soul with quiet strength, she's been there all along, waiting for you to come home. Feel her embrace, her laughter, as you shed the masks and step into your true self. A path of self-love. Start today with journaling. Write to that inner child, ask what she needs, and listen. Reflect on your favorite sign. Maybe the calm of emotional safety or the freedom of dropping the brush. Sit with that feeling, let it guide you. Practice self-love. Rest when you're tired, celebrate your growth, speak kindly to yourself. This isn't indulgence. It's the foundation of your value, a return to the woman you always were. You're not alone. Like this video if it stirred your soul, and comment which sign resonated most. Share it with someone who needs this light. Maybe a friend wrestling with her worth or a sister seeking purpose. Subscribe and hit the bell to stay on this path of evolution, where we'll explore more ways to embrace your high-value self. Your story matters, and together, we rise. Embrace your return. Close your eyes. See that golden horizon, the woman walking toward it, her steps sure, her heart full. This is you, returning to your essence, where love and purpose meet. As Jung might say, the gold is in the shadow. Your worth shines brightest when you claim it. Step forward, radiant and whole.